team in Washington State, and did a great job. We were talking about Deshaun Davis, that bucket right before the end of the first half. It kind of changed the complexion a little bit, gave us some positive vibes going into the locker room.
Absolutely. I thought the way we ended the half overall, certainly Deshaun was the final basket, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was tied, or I thought it was tied, and then we went up 6 going into the break and really finished the half well, which we didn't in the last outing. And we had a lot of momentum. The locker room was fired up, in the right tone, though. It wasn't like it was over or anything like that, but they had the right mindset. And you mentioned the physicality. We saw it on video, and it's all we talked about. This is going to be the most physical game we've played thus far. We'll have way better and more physical games. But I thought our guys handled it pretty well considering the circumstances. They didn't back down. We did a pretty good job on the glass. We didn't give them a whole lot around the basket with the bigs anyway. They certainly drove us too much, but I'm pretty pleased. I thought this was our best game we've played thus far.
But you talk about the physicality of the Washington State team. Talk about Jimmy Bell Jr. I don't think they had an answer for him as far as the physicality goes. He got where he wanted to go offensively. It just what does he bring to this team?
Well, you mentioned it. He's physical. He don't back down from nobody. When Tolu was healthy in the summer, you could imagine what it felt like and looked like. And, I was like watching from afar going, man, this is awesome. I mean, these kids are battling each other. And they're both high-level competitors, but they're both really good kids. So, there's no, BS going on. They respected one another, and they're really battling. And obviously, hopefully, we'll get back to that. But, he didn't, 2 for 6, but 7 or 8 from the line, so they had to foul him to get him there. They did a pretty good job on him on the offensive glass. He didn't have any, but he had 8 boards, and he played really well. He played 29 minutes. I don't know off the top, but I can't imagine he played a lot of games where he's played 29 minutes. So kudos to him for getting himself in physical and mental shape enough to play those kind of minutes, considering how he's built.
And Bart and I talked about during the game also. Even though the stat line of Guy Chol is not very good, if you just look at the stat line, the value he brings to this team. And you thought he was going to redshirt, right?
Oh, I didn't think. That was the plan. And you're 100% correct. It's a great analysis. He gave us minutes, quality minutes. He keeps doing it. The fouls I'll have to see on film. I didn't see it. It was a pretty physical game. I question those. But, and then he showed some skill level. He ain't afraid. That shot he took, he rose up like he'd been there, done that. And he's, 4 games into his Division I career as a true freshman playing the 5. And I love him. I love coaching him. I love being around him, and I'm glad we have him.
You have 9 players scoring this game today. Why do you like to play so many players?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, and, we're not the only ones that play a lot of people, but we tend to play more than probably the average and more than most programs year to year, and I love it. I just, believe in the camaraderie of the team. I believe it keeps people motivated. I believe that the chemistry, and then you can handle, injuries. You can handle long-term, short-term, and it's just the other part of it is, to be honest with you, is I believe in competition every day. And if the number 1 guy, has a huge disparity in talent and ability between the number 2, he's not getting that much better. And I also want the number 1 guy to be looking over his shoulder every day going, I can't let off the pedal because old boy's coming right on me. So there's a lot of different factors, and we got a lot this year.
And we were talking about this just a moment ago. We didn't have a single player that played 30 minutes in this game, and that's a stat you like to have when you're bouncing back and playing again tomorrow. But another stat you got to talk about, Coach, 21 of 25 at the free throw line, 84%. In a physical basketball game, the second half, we were 13 of 14 when you got to make free throws. That's big.
Yeah, it's big. And, I'm to the point now when we missed a couple in the first half, I was like, oh, here we go again internally, And but then I looked at the stats. I'm like, dude, we're 8 for 11. It isn't like we missed a bunch of them in the first half. And, hey, it makes you a better basketball team.
You told me last year that you were the free throw coach. Are you coaching them again this year?
Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. I delegated that, rightfully so, and I really want to give a well-earned shout-out to Coach Miller, especially. He did yeoman's work this week. We had some things going on, and it wasn't a normal week for us, for me, and I was away from the team a little bit, and my staff, and I just talked about that with the players, is when you have a program, people step away for whatever reason, it keeps moving forward. I don't care who it is, right? Then you're having a program and you're having success. And I was real proud of them that they handled their business the way they did all week long, and certainly today.
Now we bounce back and we play against Northwestern or Rhode Island. Just the Cliff Notes version, styles of team, what are you kind of looking at with both of those teams?
I'll be honest with you. In years past, I would have an idea on both of these teams, but this particular tournament, I just haven't been able to look ahead. I've got a veteran staff. I know they're working diligently behind the scenes. I'm gonna watch them firsthand, and I love the fact that we played early. We play, we sell on that with our players in recovery. We'll have more time. We'll get to see them in person, and it'll be a crash course for me in the next 24 hours to get with these schemes and see who we play.
Awesome, Coach. Good win.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Hail
Thanks,
State.
Coach.